Hello everyone, my name is JOYJOY and I came from the Philippines! So today's video guys, I'm gonna share to you about country where I came from. I'm gonna share it to you just a little bit brief of history, but I'm gonna give more on understanding Filipinos body language and gesture. I know there are a lot of videos in YouTube where you find the history of the Philippines. But right now, I've noticed that there is not so much regarding understanding our body language or our gestures. So this video, guys, this video that I'm gonna make for today, it's all about that. So right now, I'm gonna share to you some informations for you to understand if you have the plan to go to Philippines as a tourist. So this is now the time. This is now the time, and keep watching on my videos. This will help you to understand those body language that you might encounter if you will be in the Philippines. So as you all know, guys, Philippines is an island. It is in an archipelago that lies in Southeast Asia, and we have different mix of cultures. So, but mostly our culture and tradition was influenced by Spanish because we were being colonized by Spain for 333 years. And Americans for just only for 48 years. So it's a combination of Spanish, American, and Asian culture that we have. So right now, before we proceed with those gestures and body language, the meaning of it, I'm gonna share to you some of our traditions, our cultures and traditions. Number one, as we all know, the Bayanihan culture. This is usually before they call this one, the Bayanihan. It is a one community who help each other, lifting one house to transfer to another place. So the whole community help each other, the one who really needs help. But right now, we have what we call the modern Bayanihan, and this usually happens. You see it already during the corona times, because all the people in the community, they created this what they call the community pantry, where those who have much, they can put it in one table, like foods, rice, everything, and then those who don't have, they can come and go there and take something what they really need on that day. So that is what they call the modern Bayanihan. It's part of the culture of the Philippines also, that each and every one of us help. And then the other one is Filipinos loves fiestas. We have different kinds of fiestas. Actually, it is get from some Spanish culture also, but it's fiesta. It's a way of Thanksgiving for a bountiful harvest. So each in the Philippines, each province, even in a municipality, in a barangay, they have this what they call fiestas. And then one of the traditions and one of the cultures also in the Philippines is the harana. Actually, harana, it is a way of courtship. Yeah, it's a usually it happens when a man loves a woman. So in order for him to get the woman, she goes to the woman's house, of course with some of his friends, and then he will sing. He will sing to the woman, and then actually it's already I don't know if it's still happening it right now there, but I think those in the rural areas, so I think it's still there, but right now that's the forgotten culture tradition already. So I think there is this modern courtship, but I don't know it right now. So next is Christmas. This is how Filipinos celebrate Christmas. As you all know, I think everyone knows already that it's the Philippines celebrated the longest Christmas because when the bear month started, like September, then especially when it's 1st of September, that's the time they started to you hear Christmas songs. So and then during Christmas, we have these 9 mornings. It usually started from December 16 until December 24. You go to church or attend the church for 9 straight mornings. It starts 4 a.m. They said that when you complete that 9 mornings, your wish will be granted. Don't you know that Filipinos, they are very in touch with their family? For them, family is the most important and the love of their life. So even though how busy they are, they really make a time for the family. And usually every Christmas, this is the time where family reunion is happening. This is the time where you're going to meet your relatives, your cousins, even the first, second, third generations. They consider them as a family. That is how, and Filipinos, the family unit doesn't just composed of a mother, a father, and just the children. But of course, they included those extended family. Sometimes in one home, there is one or two families living in one home. That is how the family structure in there. But there are also some, like for example, children who get married, they decided to live on their own. But when it's time to like gather each other, like others celebrate it every Sunday, that it's time for them to gather or eat somewhere as a whole. So every Christmas, as much as possible, they celebrate Christmas all together, from the grandparents to uncles to aunties to cousin, in just one celebration. So that is how family is very important to Filipinos. So now that we have done discussing about the culture and traditions and about Filipino families, now let's proceed to Filipinos' body language and gestures. So stay tuned, guys. So number one gestures that you might notice in if you go to the Philippines is the silent look. Guys, you have seen on the picture on my side. It is a way Filipino parents warn or control their children, especially in a crowded places, so that people don't notice it that they're already like annoyed or angry to their children. So they give that silent look. Actually, when we were a child, I know it already if my parents want us to stop what we're doing. If our parents is already angry, they just look at us very fiercely, and that means we have to stop and behave. So second gestures, guys, is the curling of fingers. These curling of fingers, so I'll show you the pictures, guys, here on my side again. So here on this side pala. So that curling of fingers, it's a very rude way of gestures, because usually it's they use that when they're calling a dog, something like that. The third gestures is the if you want to say that you are handsome or you're beautiful, we have also that kind of gestures. So this is the gestures that you usually do this if you take some pictures. For example, group of Filipino friends, and then they want to get pictures. Some of them do that. It means I'm handsome or I'm beautiful. So if you see that, so you know the meaning of that in a way. So the next gestures again, guys, that I'm gonna share is putting the two fingers on the eyes and then one pointing at the other. It means I see you through. So if you see that in the Philippines, that's the meaning of it. For example, if you do something bad and then you lie to someone and then the other one knows it, so she will get your attention and then point the two fingers on the rice and then in you. So it means I see you through. So the next gesture is putting one finger again here on the side of the head. For others, it means I'm thinking, something like that. But in the other meaning of this also is like putting these hands here under, that one, it means I know. It was like, I know what you did. So that's the meaning of that. So the next gesture I'm going to share to you guys is a thumbs up sign. Usually we use two. It is already a worldwide way of saying I'm good, I'm okay. But in Philippines, we use the two hands and do like this. It means I'm good. So that's the end of our discussion. That's the end of our videos. And I really hope that you get something from those information that I've given through this one. So I really hope, guys, that if you have new information regarding of this one, just comment down below and you can share it with us so we can learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.